Alrighty. And we are here for the third episode of the In Retrospect podcast. And
What's up, gamers? What is that?
what?
You can do that?
What?
You
Oh,
got gameplay.
Jump
What?
from behind and not
I've
die.
always had. What do you mean? I've always had gameplay on this scene.
No, I've never seen that move. Oh wait, you're in the other DLC. Aren't
Yeah. So, well, Alex,
Okay.
I'm glad you brought it up because as you can clearly see, we have all beaten the base game and started the DLC.
I'm no longer a poser.
You know. Fair. Well, the thing with it is so fajon. Let's go down a list. Well, everybody just say where they're at currently, and then we will have that discussion. Alex, how are you?
I have finally beaten a Dark Souls game, the base game at
Woo!
least.
It's true. That's
That's
huge.
what I'm talking about,
It's
baby.
it's pretty huge.
Yeah, I was at the Cathedral of the Deep on a Wednesday afternoon.
God damn.
No, Thursday afternoon.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then I sat down and played for 7 hours straight.
And got to
and
the end
beat
game.
the fucking game.
Yeah, like I think that's. I think we could stop right there and say that's a testament to it's not that bad.
It wasn't great.
Yeah, but like
Listen, the
7
part that pissed me
hours?
off the most-
That's not even that bad to beat the game. That's pretty good. That's
I
not
think it was, like,
bad.
at the end, that was like 19 hours total time.
Yeah.
But goddamn, the Irithel dungeon. We're gonna have some words about that later. We'll continue on with this in a bit.
All right, but so you beat the base
My
game.
thoughts.
You beat the Lord of Cinder, and you have started DLC 1.
Yep, DLC 1.
Okay. Where did
Don't
you?
know if I'll finish DLC 1.
It's both. The neither DLC is that long. They're actually extremely short.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of a good and a bad thing. Like I
When
wish.
you-
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
When I heard it, my bad. When I heard there was DLC, I was thinking like Elden Ring, Shadow Earth Tree DLC link, or at least half of that. Wasn't even close.
No, not
No,
even.
I don't even think it's close to half of that
No.
DLC link.
Really?
It's honestly kind of disappointing. I could care less about the first one. The second one has such crazy implications about like the world
You know, Laura.
and the lore that like yeah, the lore that like it's like it being short sucks.
It's not a bad. The
Right
second one.
now.
So you're saying the second one's not bad? It's just that it's so short.
Yeah, it sucks that it's short because of like the implication to what the place is, what it means for everything, the introduction of a new daughter of Gwen. Like it's crazy. It's crazy the amount of stuff that happens in that DLC that you don't get to really like explore as much. But, you know, it's just how it is, I guess. But it's still a good DLC. I still think the fights in it are really great.
Alex. I was about to call
I'm
you
just gonna
Alex
s-
from Warzy for some reason.
No, I'm definitely not that man. Definitely not as rich either. I just want to say, I don't know anything about the fucking story. I'm just swinging my goddamn sword.
Yeah. I mean, again,
It's-
we did start at the end of a trilogy for sure.
I mean, even knowing what I know from like the first few, I'm like, don't know any of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, just go watch some Vati videos and you'll be caught up for sure.
I'll just go check the Fextra Life or whatever.
Gross.
Is Fextra Life not great?
It's fine, but
He-
if you
he's-
want like actual like here's kind of like what happened presented in a decent way, then Vati is probably the source.
Yeah, he just kind of talks.
Also, Fextra Life, like I don't ever view Fextra Life as anything other than where is an item.
Yeah,
I don't look to them for actual like lore or to expand upon anything.
yeah. This like where are the respecking items?
Where are the
at?
pale tongues? And that's about as
Yeah.
far as I went with Extra Life. And Fajon, you beat DLC 1. When'd you beat it? Like a couple days ago?
Yes, that was last week, Thursday, I believe,
Okay.
where we were all in that call, and everybody, and
We
we
all
had,
we all watched you fight.
yeah, and I thought I beat her, and it was two more phases.
Oh, this is your gameplay, fajon, or is it
This
Connor's?
is mine.
This Connors. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, beat DLC
And then
one.
and then today,
We beat DLC two.
and you say
Uh,
we because I was like we need to just get you through this, so we used
yeah,
co-op. We used the end game co-op.
yeah. So I'm glad. It probably would have took me. I probably would not have beaten it today. To be honest with you, um, simply because the first. It wasn't the fact that they were necessarily hard, but that first boss, I suck with fighting multiple enemies. That is,
I
I just
I am
I suck.
absolutely giving it to you.
Yeah.
Half-Light is an ass fight. That fight sucks.
Like I,
I don't think the painted guardian coming in is like should be there. And I think they changed the fight. I still don't fully know, but to give some context, Half-Light is the name of like the I'm putting quotes around it canonical enemy that's supposed to be there to fight you. Because originally, if you were playing online and got to that boss, because it was related to a covenant, like a player would spawn in and be the boss and have the boss items that the Half-Light has. So you'd have to deal with a player who is the only one who can use these super advantageous items in this fight and probably be a PvP build because it's a PvP covenant. And it's like, what the fuck? So
yeah,
I've always done that fight offline because I just want to deal with Half-Light, even though I still don't like dealing with him.
but yeah. So I did
Fuck.
that. Well, we did that, and
Gale.
yeah, it wasn't necessarily hard. I first try I got him, the second phase. It wasn't necessarily hard.
Oh,
I just did it. Um, I would say I have already fought so much shit today that by the time I got to him, I was like, I just want to get it done. I was gonna try like one or two times,
and then you
and
asked.
like after I was like, yeah, let's just get this done.
I will say, like, because you got to phase two, which is respectable on like your first try. You didn't get to what I call phase three, which is when you get
He's,
to like a quarter of his health after
he
phase
starts,
two. He starts to
yeah,
do the flipping and he starts to fly at you, and that's when the lightning comes down and can strike you.
yeah.
You absolutely circumvented the phase three part of the fight.
Yeah, so when I heard y'all talking about him having other sets, and I thought I died that first time when I got him to phase two, I was like, okay, so he either has a phase three or it's like this move set is gonna change drastically.
Yep.
I don't want to spend another 30 minutes trying to figure. That's like I
Yeah.
don't want to have to memorize three different essentially move sets. Just come help me kill
Okay, okay.
this guy.
To be fair though, phase three is so cool because that's when he starts like flipping over you and pulling out the crossbow and shooting as he's flipping.
Yeah, see, I
It's
wasn't expecting the
so
crossbow.
cool. It's so cool.
I also was not expecting the crossbow.
Hell yeah. That's what you can get that if you use his boss soul. You can get that crossbow.
Oh,
Yeah, 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 yeah. And you just fucking shoot people.
okay.
Man. It's just I don't know. Gale is so surprisingly cool that I just wasn't expecting it when my first time through.
And how about you, Connor? Well, we know where you are. You've beaten you as well have beaten the base game
Yep.
DLC. Probably done all the side quests that you wanted to.
No.
No.
I actually goofed on mine because I wanted to get the Lord of Hollow ending, but I advanced too quickly before getting my levels from Yol. So an
Okay.
NPC never showed up back at Firelink to talk to me.
Okay.
So I went with the usurper ending and just stole the first fire.
Okay.
Took that
Um,
shit.
it's mine.
It's mine now. Thank you, Firekeeper.
So that said, Alice, it seems you had some some takes that you wanted to get off your chest.
You had feelings, and you have not.
Yeah.
And I don't think we stated it. Alex has not beaten DLC 2. Um,
No,
we will see.
I just started DLC one too.
No, right. No, I just want to say, uh, do you think you're gonna go for DLC 2? Depending on how you feel right now.
Realistically, I'm probably gonna like take like a
A
week
break.
off the game.
Yeah. Okay.
Just because that 7-hour grind fest really had me to my limit near the end. Because
Uh,
the Lothric princes were a bitch and a half the way he kept teleporting. And in fact, his brother kept bringing his dumbass back to life after I kept hitting him.
Hit the brother.
I
Well,
did.
Hit him
okay.
more.
So Alice, I was struggling with that fight too, because the Exile Greatsword, great weapon, but it just for how much he moved, it's like that it didn't have anything I could really damage both of them with. Because if you can hit them both, you save yourself a lot of trouble. So eventually, I started using the Dragon Slayer axe, and that helped me tremendously, especially with the skill.
The boss weapon.
Yeah, the boss weapon. So at that point, it was just me not managing, not just rolling an attack and then use a skill and hit both of them at the same time.
Well, no, I understand what you're saying. Like for me, I did a similar switch up, but I've been using 2 to 3 main weapons throughout the game. First one being Lothric Knight Sword. I originally started
Damn.
using that. I went once I got the bleed build on it. It was definitely helping. Like, and plus the 110 crit, hell yeah. Uh, but then when I need something a bit faster for like better dueling, I went with the dark the Dark Knight blade. That one was pretty good because I ended up putting darkness on it, haha, and it scaled pretty well, and I was doing a good amount of damage to some enemies, but obviously some enemies have higher resistance to dark than others.
You just
But
mean
the
the
main,
Dark Blade, right?
yeah, Dark Blade with the Dark
From
Gem,
from the Dark Wraiths.
yes.
Okay.
But when you add on the Dark Gem, it makes it the Deep Dark Gem, or a Deep Dark Blade,
Deep Dark
I know.
Blade.
a Deep Dark Blade. But the main weapon that I've been using, that I use for a lot of my boss fights or like group fights, is the Wolf Knight Greatsword. Because you got that, because you have the wide slash, you have the overhead slash, and you have the thrust.
I will say, like,
Plus that weapon art,
you're
just spinning around or just jumping up in the air to come on down. Fuck ton of poise.
I will say,
Lets me tank some hits.
you're probably like the only person I have talked to who picked that over picking the Farron Greatsword stuff.
I used it already. I'm like, let me try something different.
You remember using the Farron Greatsword from all that time ago?
That's what I mained. Once I got it, it's all I use.
Oh, that's so weird.
I remember because I'm like, oh yeah, that thing looks so cool.
It is cool.
I fucking missed everything, so I went to Wolf Knight Greatsword.
Sounds like a personal
And
problem.
And the thing that won me over is because like I could either do his stance into the Beyblade around, just clear the enemies around me, or I can jump in the air and just somersault with a overhead strike, and that is what helped a lot, because that's what helped me with the Lothric Princes. The spin around, which does you just spin around like 3 times, strike everything, or the jump into the somersault swing, that fucking did a lot of damage, and it would hit both of them. So all those attacks hit both. But if I need to do like some bosses, I would use the Lothric sword just because if they're bigger, a little bit slower, I can get more hits off of them. But fighting 2 people at once, I need the big sword to hit them both at the same time.
I don't know. At a certain point, because I did the DLC, the first DLC early, I got a weapon called the Onyx Blade that I rocked pretty much the entire game because it was one of the few natural weapons that has int and faith scaling, and because pyromancy uses both most of the time, that was one of the few weapons I used that actually like got me somewhere.
I'm primarily scaling with strength with dex.
Gross.
And mine is literally just strength.
Well, Fajon, when I co-op with you, I respect to be full vit and strength to use a heavy ass shield and help you. So I got rid of all the pyromancy. As much as I like pyromancy, it was like I want to be able to actually block shit. So when I'm helping with some of these boss fights, I can just tank.
Yeah. Got de-aggro for a little bit.
Honestly, there is a shield that you get in this DLC, and I don't get it on camera here. That is it is a two-handed shield, in that you power stance them in both hands, and they're two giant doors, and you shut them when you block, and you basically just block everything.
Yeah.
I
It
want that.
it's great. You need
There's a
I need to
40
find
video
that.
you
about it
need
somewhere. I'll send it to you.
45 strength to use them.
I'm respecing and I'm getting those.
Oh, you beat the game. You have nothing to use them with.
I'll journey to at some
Oh.
point.
Well, they actually scale really well with strength. So I plus five them. I got them to plus five, and I've been using them a little bit. It's like 300 damage with like the shield bash. Sometimes it's pretty good. You break poise all the time on enemies. It's pretty goofy.
Okay. Oh, well, as of me, I don't really have
You
any
don't
takes this week. If I'm being completely honest,
no new feelings.
no new feelings. I still stand by. I think that second half, including DLCs, like the later half of the game, was really well done. Don't really care for the first half.
It's fair.
Not don't hate it, but it was definitely a slog.
Yeah, it's not as tight.
Um, I will now going back to something we said. I think before we started recording, these DLCs are really fucking short. Like they're I so I was at the start of the second DLC late last night, fought one boss, woke up the day at like 1 in the afternoon, and it took an hour to clear everything.
To be fair, I was helping you.
You were helping me. It
Let's
probably would have took. It probably would. I would say would probably take like 2 to 3 hours, maybe. But even still, that's like how much were the DLCs when they came out originally?
Ooh, I
Do
couldn't
you know
tell
the
you that.
price?
$20?
I need to know. $20.
Probably. I don't wanna click off OBS, so if somebody wants to look it up,
Yeah.
I'd
Um,
appreciate it.
bundles were DLCs are sold together for a total of $25 as a season pass bundle, but individually they're priced for $15 as a single item.
Are they on
Oh,
sale?
that's not actually bad.
Right now,
Yeah. Is that a sale
uh,
price?
no, that's what the original release price was.
Okay, that's not bad.
15?
15 per unit or 25 as a bundle.
Wow, that's way shorter than small
Yeah,
cheaper. Fuck
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Well, this
I was
was
out.
2016.
I know, but like
Well,
$15
that's
is still that's not
I,
that's not bad.
that's not bad. I thought I was like, I was praying you didn't say something crazy like $30. To be honest with you, for just one. Um.
We're in,
uh,
we haven't gotten that far into the DLC
Nightmare.
pipeline at that time.
okay, but it's they weren't they weren't bad. Uh, like I said, they were pretty short. You can like if especially if you came into these already like
Geared up.
pretty tanky or geared up, you can clear them out relatively easy.
Mm.
So I don't know how that experience was for players that came in this for the first time, spent the money, and just was like, yeah, I'm smacking the fuck out of everything. This is this is
Yeah,
kind of eh.
I
Um,
get what you mean.
but again, it's not bad. The little angels, or I call them demons of the sky,
Fair.
that we have on the screen right here. Those were annoying. Uh,
But
They do
once
know how to make some annoying enemy types.
once you find the thing though, and they never
Yeah, the
spawn
pain zone,
again,
yeah.
that does help.
Yeah, that does help. Um, I also, yeah, for the most part, I think like they were really the DLCs were really well done. I just feel like it just felt a little short to me.
Yeah.
And I know they especially felt short for players that like have played the entire series. Like you were saying, like, oh, you show us all this cool shit. You drop all this new lore and it's so short. So I know
Yeah.
it's kind of
It's very it's a little too condensed for what I would have liked them to kind of expand upon.
but yeah,
But
I
yeah, but
think I'm
Faison,
again.
you really cut Alex off when you asked him what his beefs were, and then you immediately go
Did
into
he?
your
I thought he said them.
no.
Yeah, I already talked
You had
about the
more?
Irithyll dungeon. Yes,
You had, oh,
the
go my
Irithyll
bad.
dungeon.
Okay,
Those
go ahead.
motherfuckers.
They stole my health.
They keep stealing my
They
goddamn health.
they're eye fucking the health out of me.
Yeah, what are the Shrine Maidens or whatever the fuck they're called?
Jailers, they're jailers.
The jailers sucked.
Yeah, they're not
Oh
great.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Okay,
thank God
there's
I found Karthus Milk Ring. But man, fuck those guys. Even with it, like especially in that last area where there's like all of them just walking around. There was a certain point where I just said, "Fuck it." Pull out the Wolf Knight Greatsword. Time to spin to win. And I went Beyblade mode
I can't believe
and
you
it
even
just
fought them.
killed everything. And then I was done. I'm like, all right, cool. Up, up, up. I killed him. Got like one Estus left and half life. I'm gonna wait till I have a little bit less to fully pop and heal myself. Oh look, a mimic. Stab. What does it do? Ooh, I jump back, grabs me through a fucking wall, and eats my ass. And I have to do it all over again.
Yeah,
that
it's one of the few mimics in the game that acts like the DS2 mimic, and that it like turns itself upside down on all fours and lunges at you.
No,
I,
like I jumped inside of one of like the jail rooms, and it grabbed me through the wall, and ate me and killed me.
I don't believe you.
oh.
I need proof.
You
I don't believe you. I don't believe it.
because it does the sweep thing, and this is I was like on the other side of the wall, like here's the door, here's the wall, I'm behind it right here, and he swings, but it's able to clip and grab me and just eats me.
You can say whatever you want. I still don't believe you.
The fucking spear people would do it too.
Okay.
I'd be like, all right, let me get around the wall. They start poking me with the fucking prods.
Nope, never happened to
Oh,
me.
yeah,
I,
actually,
You could also swing the Bing sword, have it hit the wall, but if
What?
they're close enough, it will also hit the jailers.
I want to back Alex up on this. Why are some of these attacks from the bosses able to go through structures?
Not even bosses, it's NPCs as well. If they have big weapons or like long
Yeah,
range
like it's
weapons, they'll
like
I
go
don't know
through
what you're
it's
them.
talking
like
about. I never saw anything.
it's like
It's two
it's
against
like
one. You
give
are the
it-
minority now.
yeah,
Give me proof.
it's like fucking Lothric princes. If you stand behind the wall, they'll avoid the little
Wall.
fire poke thing he does
Yep.
or pillars. He'll hit you through the pillar. Legitimately, if you try to like, I
You
was
saying
like,
it like
okay,
that shit doesn't happen in Elden Ring though?
not like
so
that.
Yeah, it does. You're off your
Not
shit. It
not like
absolutely does.
not
This is a
that.
problem in every Souls game.
Okay, but no, I have rarely had that happen. Yeah, it's like and
Doesn't mean it
I
doesn't
don't even
happen.
I don't even really recall it happening that much.
Oh yeah, that game
Most
you
of
like,
it
you
is
all of a sudden can't remember that thing
oh
that people
my
don't like. That's
god.
kind of weird, isn't it? Oh, that's kind of weird,
No,
Fajon.
most of it was like situations where I stand behind something and they swing their weapon and it doesn't necessarily hit me, but it like stuns me for a second from like an AOE or like
Hmm.
um or like me getting rotted through stuff or like shit like that. But it was I can't recall like an enemy hitting me through something that I should. Now there's like when you fight
I feel like in every
Godric,
catacomb it happened.
like when you're fighting Godric, and like there's been situations where I've hid behind trees in that fight or like behind the tombstones. And I thought I was good, and I wasn't. But it most of the fights, most situations, I can't recall me getting hit through something that probably I shouldn't get hit through. Maybe I was just lucky. Here though, I can take them like 10 off the top. 5 of them from the Lothric Princess.
Okay.
All right, Alice, what else you got for us? What else you got for us? Let it out, brother.
No, that was
Let
it.
out.
That was it. Like after that, like it's kind of how we talked about like last time. Is like once you get through the halfway point, like outside you get past the catacombs and like Irithyll, or get to after Irithyll, the game just becomes better. Like less, it becomes less bullshitty, in my opinion. Like there's less shenanigans you gotta deal with, less guys you have to like run around and act scared of. The enemies
Yeah, okay.
are fine. Actually, no, I do have one other the Grand Archive. Fuck those hand motherfuckers.
Just
I
dump your
didn't
head.
know you could stick your. I didn't know you could do that until you said it, and I found it at the very fucking end.
There's one at the very beginning too. You just didn't.
I didn't know I could dig my head in it.
You didn't walk up to it then.
Exactly. Why the
Okay.
fuck did I walk up to it?
This guy not
God,
exploring.
why would I walk up the shit that looks like it's fucking hot? If
Why are you talking like this all of a
if
sudden? Like you're throwing an accent on it.
if I go to a fucking bookshelf and
Uh-huh.
shit's trying to molest me.
Because it's bad knowledge, Alex. It's cursed knowledge.
Why the fuck would I know that? Does my character know how to read?
That's not the point.
That is the point. Does he know how
No,
to read?
no, it doesn't matter.
Wait.
It's
Yes,
evil.
it does. Because
What is his education level?
Yeah, you can read
am I?
because you read inscriptions on surfaces all the time.
How does he know how to read?
What?
Who taught him?
I'm not doing.
Uh-uh,
I'm not fucking playing
well,
along with
Is
this
there
dumbass
some
bit.
sort of educational system in Honor Londo we don't know about?
I don't want to do this based purely
Would they
off your
accept
tone.
Common Core mathematics and arithmetic?
Like this
On
tone,
top
I'm
of
already
that,
done. I'm deleting Alex from
also,
this call.
Also,
Like I'm
also, I have another
absolutely
question.
out.
I have
What
another
tone?
question. Hold on, I got you. I have another question.
Okay.
Uh huh.
They're all schools because people learn sorceries. I am a strength build. I went to no school. How can I read?
I'm a strength and dex build. I just swing and be a little light.
You
I
two,
went
you
to
two
no
can do this. I'm not doing this. I'm not playing along with this one.
What do you mean? We're asking questions.
I answered your
These are the
question.
questions we
No, you
need
didn't.
answers.
Yeah, I
to.
did. You can read. That's the end of the statement. There's
You-
no
you know-
there's no fucking
how-
bit here.
How can we read?
I don't fucking know. You taught yourself. Like, what do
How
you want
can
from
we
me?
read? That word.
English? What's the language they speak in reading and writing?
Probably English because that's what everybody's speaking.
How do they know English? Did they meet Christopher Columbus?
Isn't this
Fucking
like? Wouldn't this be like 700 BC?
It's a fucking fantasy world. Who cares?
So why do they need books in a fantasy world?
What? Man, Lord of the Rings is so stupid. They have books in this fantasy setting. What a bunch of bullshit.
No, they don't have books in that fantasy setting. If they knew how to be
Are
smart,
you
they would-
serious?
They would have just rode that fucking bird up to the mountain. It's
They
not
have
rocket.
books though.
Yeah, cool. They have books, but they're not smart. They spent the entire time on foot.
Who
They just
who
rode the
who
fucking
said
birds.
anything about being smart being the prerequisite for anything here? You
Yeah,
just
but
you're just talking about
I'm sorry,
books.
if these guys are supposed to stop a demon king from like eating their fucking world because of Sauron's big ass eye, who's always angry because they have eye drops.
I feel like
why
you're
the
mixing
fuck
up
can't
the
they just fly?
I feel like you're mixing up things here.
No, that's true.
It's not
Okay.
true.
Because once
Okay.
you give him power, his eye turns blue.
Okay.
Fajon, anyway, let's just keep talking about Dark Souls 3.
So, okay, so yeah, DLC, great, short. I do think this game has there is like I'm noticing more in the DLC, but there is like an annoying problem. Not problem, but like thing where like certain enemy types, they're only unique enemies when they want them to be, and I don't like that.
What do you mean?
Like when I killed the ring knight that had the dual swords at the door
Oh yeah.
before we fought, like he should have stayed there. There was no. You kill him and get his weapon. Why does he come back?
Oh,
He
to
from
grind
what?
to grind his armor.
But you can just grind the other guy's armor.
That's fair.
Like why? Why does he? You kill him and get his weapon and he comes back. There's yeah, you can get the armor, but like he dropped the thing you were supposed to drop. I feel like he should not have come back. And if you just wanted their armor, you literally just turn around.
Yeah,
And take 10
no, I
steps
get it.
out of
I get what you mean. Like I didn't. I feel like I have less issues with that, but I understand where you're coming from.
Also, when you were telling me about the path to go to fight, not fight. Well, yeah, fight. It was a dude that turned ends up finding these patches. I forget what you said his name was.
Lap,
Started with an M. Who?
lap.
Probably. But you said the priest, the fire mage priest thing. If you kill him, he comes back.
Fire mage
So
priest
okay.
thing.
So he's sitting down. It's one of
Oh,
the dudes
the
that just
summoner.
yeah, the
Yeah,
summoner.
yeah,
You
yeah,
said he comes back.
yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me. I feel like something that annoying, like purposely
Okay,
annoying.
to be
Like
fair,
similarly to these angels, once you kill it or find a thing that's right, it should stay there. Because when you come into the world,
when you
you
come
finally
into
get
the
there.
world,
No,
when you
when
are
you get there,
birthed,
when you take that little passageway and the little
fuck.
demon things fly you over, and it's a summoner there, and he's summoning the ones with the arrows and whatnot.
Yeah.
Once you kill him, does it come back? Why? Because that's
I
bullshit.
feel like a lot of it is they all drop like upgrade materials, so I feel like that's a part of the reason they keep coming back. I don't know. I can't answer that question other than I don't think they're that bad to deal with. And they're also extremely avoidable. The only 3 you ever deal with or have to deal with is the one at the beginning, which you get the bonfire after, which you don't have to ever deal with him again. The one in the swamp, which is super easy to avoid because it's a swamp. And then there's the one on the after the ladder to get to the purging monument, and like you can just sprint past that motherfucker and not deal with him. They're all just extremely avoidable, and they don't chase you, and their summons only go so far.
Okay. Uh,
I understand your point though. I think it's a valid criticism, especially I think the ring knight with the dual great swords is I think that makes sense. The giants.
like I wasted, like with him, I wasted like if he swung before I could stun him or anything, I wasted like one. Not only was I wasting mana just to
Mana.
get back to the door, I was also wasting health. Health.
Why were you fighting him? Just run past him.
Because
He
I had
kills
to,
everything.
because I had to summon you.
He doesn't just run past him.
I didn't know. I didn't know. In my mind, if I just ran past, he was gonna chase me into that little room.
Okay.
On the door. That was my assumption because the room was right there. I
Yeah.
thought he was gonna run in there and beat my ass as I'm trying to summon you. So I was like, I gotta kill him before I go.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, nice product shot there, Fajon. I like the
I
perfect.
try to cover it.
You absolutely did not. You full
I-
fucking what is it? World War Z, that fucking Pepsi. Yeah, there it is.
But no, I think, like I said, I do think it's good. Um, I, I also feel like there's maybe I just wasn't exploring enough.
You weren't.
Um,
I could tell
I
you.
feel like there were not a lot of weapons.
Oh. Oh.
Or like stuff you can use to just try out for fun in the DLC.
Oh.
Cause,
Oh. Okay.
cause like, all right, this again, this It is massively bigger, massively bigger,
Yeah,
and
if
it
you're
also
comparing to Elden
costs.
Ring.
Yeah, but there is like so many like new weapons or like weapon types and whatnot that you can just try if you wanted to. I don't feel like that was here, but as I said, that's an improvement over time type of thing.
Yeah, like
But I do think maybe not new weapon types. I don't think that's something they had to do, but at least just like maybe like one or two in each class that I can try. If,
oh, I mean,
if you know what I mean.
I think I get what you mean. But I mean, overall, like, there not being a lot of new weapons. That's that's fair.
Yeah.
To be fair, a lot of the new weapons you probably had to get as drops from enemies. Like, I'm pretty sure you can't just find the ringed knight spear or swords. You had to get that from killing them.
Well,
Uh,
no, I got here.
oh, you did.
Yeah, it was outside
Oh, okay,
in
okay.
the rock.
I know I got the sword from killing a couple of them. I'm pretty sure at some point.
Yeah.
I think so.
But no,
I mean, it doesn't
I
really
was
matter.
it's
But
still good.
yes, there aren't a lot of weapons, especially in the DLC. I think the biggest, I think that's why in Elden Ring, when they made the DLC as big as it was so that when you found new weapons, you felt like you got to
Time
use
to
them
use
for a
it,
decent amount of
or at
time.
least try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was telling the two of you really early on to go and play at least DLC 1 early
So you have
to
something
have
to do.
time to use the weapons because you don't when you start the DLCs.
And what else? I think uh overall, and I'm just going to get this off the rip.
Uh-huh.
I would rate my experience overall.
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
Do we, before you say that, if we starting a rating system at the end now?
yes, because
Oh,
everybody's
okay.
finished the game. Everybody's finished the game.
Well, like what's
Or
the
do you
scale
want to
out of?
save?
What's the scale out
I'm
of?
10. I'm 10.
We should have two
7 out of 10
categories.
Titanite slabs.
Wait, what happened?
7 out of 10 Titanite slabs. Yeah, the rating system is unique per game. So I will say, I think there should be two different things. Like I think base game and then with DLCs.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that because
Yeah,
that's significantly about to change what my. So we're talking just the base. Do you want to do the base game itself and then the DLC separate, or there's like base
I'll
game, the
start
base
and you
or
tell
base?
me if
Okay,
I'm
go ahead.
off. Okay, base game I think is an 8 out of 10. I think the base game of Dark Souls 3 is really solid. I think the enemies and I think the bosses especially are really cool a lot of the time, and compared to and considering what they bring to to everything lore wise, I really appreciate. With DLCs, I would put it at a 9 because it only continues to do what it was already doing, just at a higher quality.
All right, that's fair. For me, right?
Hmm.
Again, that first section really soured how I
Yeah.
feel, and I genuinely think if it wasn't because I played Elden Ring, I know what these games were, and we were playing it for the podcast, probably would have dropped it because of that first half. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10,
Oh, that's still a lot higher than I thought you were gonna go.
Oh,
and with the DLC, just because of my expectations with it going
Hmm.
into them, it's getting at 8.3 for me.
8.3.
Yes.
What the?
I can't give it. I can't give it a 5.
Just give it an 8. I hate
I,
this
okay,
point
yeah, I
shit.
give it an 8. I give it an 8.
We only deal in whole numbers here.
My
Fuck
bad.
this decimal shit.
It gets a 8 for me
Okay.
okay.
because
Honestly, I thought you were gonna go lower.
I thought I even though it caught me off guard, I was pissed that there was a third phase. The fight, the storytelling behind it, you being able to summon Gale, which you fight in the other DLC, and It was a little emotion to see like watching it. Once I even though I skipped the cutscene like 3 times, when I finally watched and he was over there bawling because like
Yeah.
you killed his daughter,
Well,
it was a little bit or whoever
the,
she is
Whoa,
him.
they're not
spoilers.
related, but I know what you
Oh,
mean.
they're not. Well, uh, I liked it so it was really nice. I really do like that DLC. It was just, that's really about it.
Mm.
I do like how both of them tied together though.
That
I
is,
also like that as
I
well.
do I do appreciate that DLCs 1 and 2 do tie in together, but I think the overall through line being about um the girl, I forget her name actually. I like the through line being her to create a painting needs Dark Souls. I don't I don't really like that
Like
as the through line. I think there
well,
could have
yeah,
been
I
a
don't
little
like.
bit more going on there.
I don't think that should. I felt like it would have been just better if she didn't exist. And
Um,
Gale's whole purpose was he was going out gathering Dark Souls so he could defend. Like I would rather him, like for some reason, him defending be the person that's defending them or something.
I no, I appreciate Gale's. How do I put this? I can appreciate his sense of duty and him not asking any questions and doing exactly what he needed to do for his job. I don't like that. I just would have liked the connection to such an important thing in the second DLC to not be about
A painting.
this
That's
dude. Yeah,
probably gonna
this
suck.
this no. The painting's not gonna suck. The painting's actually super sick because you can live in it, but because that's the whole deal. Is so in Dark Souls 1, there's a painting you go into, and it's the same deal. There's a whole little world in there that things have been put into to like live there because people don't want to deal with it anymore, so they shove it in the painting. And
Oh,
that's more that's a little bit less what's of DS2. DS2 is like, oh sorry, DS3. The painting for the first DLC seems to be more of like people chose to be here and this place is sick. So, thumbs up. What?
I haven't beaten the Nameless King.
Oh, you never beat.
What?
You didn't beat Nameless.
We gotta go.
Or,
We gotta go fight.
wait, you
Nameless.
just realized you
Me-
just
no, no,
didn't beat him, or did you forget
Yeah,
he
I'm
existed?
watching. I forgot he existed, but I'm watching this. That I never beat him.
Yeah, you gotta do the dragon pose.
No, he's there. He just hasn't beat him.
Oh,
Yeah, he made it all the way there. He just has not beaten Nameless.
fucking
Yeah.
scrub.
Okay, wow. Wow. That's
I can't say that. I know.
so aggressive.
Okay, I do have one more boss I have to fight.
I expected more from you, Fajon.
Just one
I
more.
thought. Well, no, he's like my Radon.
Nameless
I
is so
see.
cool. God.
He's like my Radon, bro. It's like pure aura.
My Shayla.
It's like when you go into when you watching a cutscene for Radon versus Melania, he just pulls a sword.
What's up?
What's up?
Yeah, Radon. Yeah, that part's pretty sick. Now, Alex, what are you gonna rate the base game of DS3 having beaten it?
I would rate the base game of DS3 probably. I give it you know what, 8 out of 10. It's good.
What were you about to say? You're gonna say 6?
I was gonna say he's 7.8 twinkling twilight night slaps.
Yeah, but he was like, no, we do whole numbers over here.
But,
Or do whole
so
numbers.
fun. So Dark Souls is a game that I'm like, man, I don't think I would like. But I mean, as Connor cracked a small smile earlier about, he sees I currently booted up. As we
He's
keep
literally
talking
playing. He's
about
literally
it,
playing it right
and
now.
as I'm watching the gameplay, I'm like, I want to go back, even though this game pisses me off. I'm like, fuck, it kicked my ass.
It's-
I'm not gonna let it beat me.
Yeah, it's that feeling. It's I'm not gonna let it beat me, but also, it's these are all fair fights. you can
No.
they're
The
absolutely
original dungeon was bullshit.
yeah, but that's not I don't call that a fight. Like your
Sorry, do you not square up with them?
hell
What
no. I fucking sprinted through that shit.
Wait, what happened?
Pussy.
The
I
Irithel
got
dungeon. I didn't
Oh.
I don't call Irithel dungeon a fair fight because I
Yeah,
don't
that's
fight
not
anyone in there.
that really it should really be a counter to that enemy other than you having to run up and hit it.
Yeah.
I think that's a it'd be like if it like it spawns like like the guys in the second DLC, the ones that summon the hole below the ring below your
Yeah.
foot.
Yeah.
It should be something similar to that, where like you get like a you get like 0.5 seconds to actually see it starting to form. You can just dodge off of it or something.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
But
That
like
that might
for
be
them to
what
just
the idea was.
but like for them just to be like shotting gun,
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah. They just stare at you and you just lose you lose health. You don't even God.
You lose your health
Eh,
bar. You don't even lose.
the fact it lowers max HP is honestly so weird.
Like if it was like that, that what makes it even worse. I probably could have take if like it like slowly drains your health. Like your health bar is staying the same, but it slowly drains your health as it's looking at you.
Yeah,
That would have made it less annoying. But the fact that
it's really
your health
fast.
bar goes from this and you just like this now, it's like wait a damn.
I think actually I will say I think the worst part about those enemies, I think the losing max HP does suck. What's even worse is that if they hit you with the brand, it increases
It,
your
uh,
equip load and you can't roll
Yeah,
right.
it makes you slow and
that
all
what it
that.
was. I thought I just sucked at rolling.
Nope. Nope, that
No,
was not
you
that was
you
not your
didn't realize
fault.
your roll got fat?
Well, no, I thought I was just not rolling in time or something. Like
Oh, you
cause
have to hit
it's
B,
dark in there. I
get the
was
perfect
like,
roll.
It's dark
yeah,
in there.
it's dark in there. I thought I was just not rolling. I wasn't really paying attention to how fast I was moving. I thought I was just getting caught before I ever finished the roll. So I never got to see like I was like, I was like it was just I get halfway in the air and it's just dead.
Yeah, like the weapon those enemies use combined with the stealing of max HP is probably the worst part about it all.
That if that was a boss, that might be the most. That would, without a doubt, I don't care what nobody say, be the worst boss, the most hated boss in any FromSoft game.
Yeah,
Because
probably.
imagine fighting one of them with a health pool like this.
Yeah, yeah. As long as you can stun lock the shit out of them, it's probably be a little bit more fair. All
But
right. I don't think we have a lot of feelings on this one just because we've all beaten the base game. I don't think the DLCs add enough to continue with this.
yeah,
I think the DLCs will add. I think those are things we could talk about after the fact, but they don't need to be current.
Maybe like a little ramble during the pre-show next
Post show.
if we really have
Post show.
post-show.
We don't do pre shows anymore. Only post shows.
Oof, I don't know. We can still do both.
Fajon, you don't have to hide your Pepsi logo.
no free promotion. You know what I learned doing YouTube early?
What?
No brands in
free-
the background unless they fucking pay me, dude. I was so serious. I
Well,
was
I
like,
mean that's fair, but what if we're like, look how good we promote your brand. Now pay us money.
well, no, because it's like it's like I have,
To have
and this actually worked.
what?
I had a what was it? It was a energy drink, like G Fuel type thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like it was like a similar company, and I had one of their tubs in the background, but I took the little like wrapper around it. I took it off so it was just a black container.
Mhm.
And it was like, and like, I guess I was like, what is that in the back? Is that a energy tub in the back? Because they're how theirs is shaped is like pretty unique.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so when you see it, you know who it is, but there's no logo. It's like, ah, we'll give you $250 to put the logo back on.
250,000. I was about to say,
I wish.
fuck.
I
Hell yeah.
wish. Like we'll give you $250,000 a month just
Put the
just to
logo
have
back
that.
on. Shove that shit.
Yeah, just have it in the background. That's it. And
That's
we'll give
really
you
funny.
a affiliate code and everything. I was like, all right,
Deal.
deal. So after that, I was just like, yeah, no free promo unless it's like. Unless it's just something like her headphones where just the logo just there is like it's can't really
Oh,
do
yeah.
shit. But
I really like Corsair Virtuoso headphones.
Corsair is really
They're
amazing.
very
I'm not even gonna
nice.
lie.
I mean, they're all
Do you
right.
have you ever had one of their night no mouse pads? They're really
No, I don't even. I don't.
Um, that's what I had for like 5 years. The only reason I got rid of it is because I ended up burning shit on it.
nice.
The fuck?
I was,
What
why?
do you mean?
Why?
What?
Oh, what?
What?
Burning
Why
shit
are you?
on it?
Oh, I was doing
Yeah? Can you say it?
soldering.
Oh, okay.
I
Oh,
was doing some soldering and it fell out of the solder holder and like touched it because that shit is just basically just plastic. It just melts.
Oh.
oh. I was about to say, what were you?
Hey, no free promo. Get the glass. Get the
Oh.
generic glass pads.
Yeah, no, don't talk about
It's
soldering
very-
around here.
Soldering is not even.
I know. That's why I picked it as the.
Yeah. So we have 2 8s and a.
I'm also biased because I care more about this series like as a whole. So that I would say
don't
I would
care.
say I am an 8 for base game, but I think realistically,
The story. I think the
yeah,
story.
I think
and the lore
realistically,
makes
if you
not
played
be-
this with no context or anything and you started here, I think you would be closer to a 6 or a 7.
Well, I, I can. I will say this. You helped me understand the lore.
Yeah. Well, because I was screaming it at you
because-
as you played. Like that's
yeah,
not really the same
yeah.
thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I
do
would
that
say.
for me.
I would say it gave me a little bit more
kinda did.
like the humanity thing.
Oh, yeah.
When you like when you where it says become humanity, you become.
I got you. So
That, I thought that was cool. If I didn't understand that, I would say that also gave me an extra point. It probably would have been a 7 if I'm being completely honest with you. But some of the stuff like you were screaming at me as I was playing, I was like, oh, that's actually thoughtful.
that's an interesting way to put it, but yeah, I get what you mean.
If
Yeah.
if that makes it,
Yeah,
it
calling it thoughtful is a little nice, but
not
I think
thoughtful.
no, you're not. Like I get what you mean. They definitely put thought into it. But yeah, so Alex, to explain, in the second DLC, there's a puzzle you can do.
Do humanity, right?
Yeah, you have to walk out into close to the middle of the swamp, use a mimicry item that turns you into a humanity from DS1, and then you have to slowly just trail all the way back to a wall, and then a ladder drops.
Yeah, I thought that
Oh.
was cool. I thought that was like cool touch. That was a cool touch. So it did. I had a, I have appreciation for stuff like that. That I think is like interesting. So that does give me another point, because I honestly, I was like, why the fuck do I gotta become a black blob? What the fuck is?
Black
Why is
blob.
humanity black? Yeah, why is humanity black? If I
Because
did,
it's well, Faison, do you want to know why? Want to know why it looks like that? Because humanity
humanity
is
darkness, right?
a dark soul.
Yeah.
Get it?
Dun, dun, dun.
Get it? That's why you look like a dark soul. Because
That's
that is the nature of humanity. The essence of humanity in the Soul series is darkness.
Yes.
You learn that a little bit more in DS1. It's a little bit more on the nose because you see what happens to like an entire city when darkness slash humanity slash the abyss kind of start to actually interact with things. It's not a good look. It's really rough.
Oh.
Oh yeah. In DS1, and that because there's only one DLC for Dark Souls 1, the last section of the DLC is this cavern that leads to where like the first human got created was. The Father of the Abyss is his name, Manus.
Okay.
The enemies in that zone were the humanity you looked like. And you would
Oh.
fight them, and they don't have any attack animation. They just slide up to you, and if they touch you, it hurts.
Oh.
Like the implication that humanity is like
Evil.
by nature
Evil.
painful is
It, that I mean that is pretty
Life is pain.
spot on.
It's-
In real life.
it's interesting. It's really interesting when you get down to it and like the stuff they're trying to like get across without just openly saying it.
yeah.
I think, but as a whole, that is absolutely a barrier of entry for a lot of people. Like the story to Dark Souls has always been go link the first flame. But the entire interest and introspect of that the plot, that one simple straight line, has always been what does that actually mean for the world or like for your character or the and the people that you're being related to.
Yeah.
That's the draw more than anything.
You know, and this okay. I don't know how to frame this question right.
Okay.
When it comes to like humanity, like actual humans,
Yeah.
what are we?
In universe?
Or like, yeah, what is our
Oh,
character and universe and
okay.
all together? We're a human, right?
So, yes.
Or
So,
no?
okay. It's a little strange. So, in DS 1 and 2, you are a hollow. A hollow is effectively a human. But
Aloha.
a difference is, huh?
Aloha.
Shut the fuck up. The 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 thing is with a hollow is a person who can't. Let me think how to phrase this. You can hollow as a human, and this concept definitely went away as the games went on. More so in this, especially the concept of a hollow just is not really around. In DS1, you're a person and you're a hollow, and if you lost your will to like live or survive, you would go hollow and you would just mindlessly attack people. Like you didn't have the presence of mind or
Understood.
motivation to keep going.
Okay.
So
What the...
in DS3, they kind of got rid of a lot of that because you never really meet a person who has like fully gone hollow. Like in DS1, you would talk to NPCs. You would talk to NPCs, and as you help them with their quest line, depending on what those quest lines were, if they completed their quest line, they would go hollow, and the next time you see them, they would attack you because they've
Because
lost
they
their
had no purpose in life.
yeah, they've lost their motivation to go on
Okay.
Why?
because
I mean, imagine
dude,
this is
imagine
kind
this
of this.
world you live
This is
in where
like a
you go to
real.
a fucking poison swamp. I wouldn't want to fucking keep going either.
It's like, yeah. I mean that kind of reflects like some points in real life too. Like where I've seen like people that have just become so successful and be like, all that shit's just head cannon it up at some point. Somebody like, why the fuck do I need a more expensive yacht than the yacht I already have?
So that's actually in DS2. There's a character you meet who's a merchant, and the more stuff you buy from him, the more he hollows out because his drive in life was to become a successful merchant, and he starts to achieve that, so he starts to lose his memory.
Yeah, it's like
So losing
what
memory
does
is a part of it. It's all kind of again. I don't.
no, it makes sense
No,
because
no,
it's
no,
like
no, no.
what else is there for me
It
in this
might
big
make
world?
sense. I'm probably still explaining it incorrectly. Go watch Vati video about his stuff about the lore because he'll explain it a lot more eloquently in his soft British accent.
Then okay, so another question.
Mm.
This is where, and we do see two. Well, I'll say about five. Where are the other people? This. I have this question for Elden Ring too.
Mm.
Where are the other people that look like us consistently? Right?
Oh, you can't ask that. That you'll never get an
I'll
answer.
What?
never. Like, okay, so okay, when you get the Fire Link, okay, I can tell I'm a human. I can tell the girl that living me up is a human as far as I can know.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
You're all technically hollows.
Blacksmith human, the lady in chair human.
Sure.
Some of the NPCs that come in, like that little knight or whatever he is that sits there and he gives you like the raw gem or heavy gem.
Oh
If
yeah,
you
that
talk
guy.
to him,
So
we can tell her.
that character is a repeat from all the Souls games. There's always a guy at every one of your like Firelink base areas who has like given up and is like, "Fuck this! I'm just gonna tell you what to do."
Also, that okay. Also, this is irrelevant to my question, but there is a guy
Mm-hmm.
from DS1 that is sitting. He gives you something. He's like, there. He's a knight.
Siegfried?
Sigward.
Sigurd.
Maybe he's like he's sitting. He has sword, shield, knight, and he's on the verge of death. He gives you something.
What?
His body is also in Dark Souls 3. I don't know his name.
Okay, I will
Um,
say they're not the same people, but it's the same armor. So it evokes the same feeling.
oh, okay.
Yes.
Never mind. I
Sigward
thought it was.
is not Sigmire, and Henri is not Oscar, but they have the same armor. And then Solaire never shows up again because he did his shit in the first game. And his
So
art
there
hit
doesn't need multiple tries.
no. Well, the funny thing is about Solaire is that Solaire's armor, when you read its item description, is like his armor was literally he actually painted the symbol on it and he like made it himself kind of. So that's why it's never shown up again because the Katarina armor and the Astora armor are just generic armor that knights have in those lands.
So that's not Oscar in DS3.
No, that is Henri.
Okay.
Different bitch.
Um. But yeah,
Exactly.
I
Actually.
think. Okay, now back to the question. I know that we're human, like people Firelink, me,
Sure.
whatever. My question was like, where the fuck is this humanity or other people, other humans
So
at all
okay.
for it to be such a problem?
Okay. Well, we can quickly answer that question. Okay. Think about Lothric Castle.
Uh huh.
Okay. On your way to Lothric Castle, you know all those knights you fought and like those guys in like the shabby armor that looked like dried out?
Yeah.
Those guys were also human. They've hollowed out because they've just like lost their purpose.
Oh, okay.
Like they
What
are
about
they
what about this night, for example? Is that no?
I can't say anything to that because I can't see their armor or see underneath their armor because in DS1 there was this implication that they're silver knights. In DS1 you also fought silver knights in this castle, but every time you beat them they would disappear in like a puff of light because it's implied they were illusions.
Mm,
Because it's implied that like once Gwyn left and all of the gods who lived in Anor Londo pieced out, like there was nobody stayed. Like there are no people left in Anor Londo. They're all illusions to look like it's still a place or still the home of the gods.
okay.
Yeah.
Uh.
So for
Yeah.
this,
So
I don't know if this is like hollows who work for Aldrich who just they have silver knight armor and put it on because they don't disappear. So clearly they've got to be like something.
okay, that was just good. Like, what are the like? Are these just like
I will
these
say
organisms? Or are these people?
no, they're humans. They're hollows.
They're
Okay.
people too.
Kind of.
That was a
A little bit. A little bit.
yeah. That was just my question.
I will say all these answers might sound like they make sense, but I swear I'm getting like all of my facts wrong. Like that's the kind of community that kind of goes
That's
on
Dark
with
Souls.
that's exactly it's Dark Souls. Like I'm probably 1,000% incorrect, but it sounds right in this conversation.
Okay, that's all I had. That was all I had.
Okay. Do we because I think we can cut short a little I think we've gotten our feelings out of the way. Do we want to decide on the next game?
Sure.
Yes, let's pick the
Spin the
next
wheel.
game on. Let's spin it.
Boop.
Are you able to get that on? Oh,
I
oh,
I
Oh, he's been doing some
I put in the work. All right, are we ready?
all right, hit it.
Da, 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 da,
And
da.
our next game is gonna be.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Far Cry 3. It's
Oh,
Far
okay.
Cry 3.
I'm not
we get
mad
guns
at
this
that.
time.
It's true.
It's like Skyrim with guns.
All right.
Thank you, Adam Kovac, for that line.
Kovic. Kovic.
Whatever.
All right.
All right.
So, Far Cry 3. Now, I guess we can do the rest of this by going through what is everybody's history with the game. We'll go Alex, Fajon, then myself because I got to go to the bathroom. So, you guys go ahead.
So my
Okay.
history with not Dark Souls 3, Far Cry 3. God, we're back on a 3 train, I guess.
Hmm.
I've beaten it. I've been a player of the Far Cry series. I have played Far Cry 2. I've not played Far Cry 1. I have played
Okay.
3. I played 4. Played 5 as well as New Dawn and what was it? There's like the 80s version of it. Blood Dragon.
Okay.
So I've played every version you can. I've had my fun with them. I have some quirks and other little bits with some of the games, like Far Cry 5. I have some questionable decisions about that game that I'm like, But yeah, I do love me some Far Cry. What about you, Fajon?
I have only ever watched Far Cry. Actually, no, I
Really?
lie. I lie. I have played 4. I have never beaten 4 myself. I have seen it being beaten. That was another situation where I think I said it before. I had a friend that just had a system, and anytime a weekend I used to play that, and that was just one of the games he had. He had 4. Uh, I would say, and I have watched the other games after that, but just to see if they were something I was interested in buying. And I won't say I'm uninterested, but I will say that in the later games, at least from what I see, it becomes really unhinged with like it becomes like what's the game called? It's a dude. Uh, he looks. It's like you could like fucking pop out a parachute from the ground or something. I can't
Oh,
think of the
Just
name.
Cause.
Yeah, it started looking the later games really started looking just as unhinged as Just Cause, which I'm
Mm,
not going to say Just Cause isn't fun, but it's just like what the fuck is going on? Are we like
Huh.
Just
why
Cause
are
is
the,
like a destruction sandbox, where I'd say Far Cry 3 is not as much of a sandbox as you might think it is if you are comparing it to that game.
well no I want to say sandbox, but it's like why does this drug give me the power to fight a fucking tiger with my bare fist?
I don't think it
Are you
ever.
complaining?
I don't. Yeah. I feel like the Far Cry in Just Cause is not. It's not one to one. This is not a one to one example, but it is a similar example to
The game that
GTA
just
and Saints Row.
Mm,
okay.
Like there aren't a lot of like parallels between games, but those two feel like I think because they came around maybe close to similar times and you were doing similar things, one just took a more serious approach and the other
Mhm.
took a more lighthearted approach.
yes,
Yeah.
I've played. I'm a lover of the Saints Row series, not more as a recent, but no, I can 100% agree with that take, Connor. People just kind of lump them together because it's like, oh, you go gang, you're in an open city, you can drive, shoot, whatever. Far, we're, I mean, Saints Row did try to differentiate itself. Off rip THQ
No, there's
because it tried a little too hard.
THQ Nordic's still around. They're just not the same company anymore,
Not
really.
yeah, they is a shell of his former self.
And I mean,
That's
they
for damn
still
sure.
they still make stuff though. I mean, or they publish.
What have they put out recently?
Oh.
Anything good?
Probably not.
Oh, I will say, Fajon, this was on your list. I looked at it. I was looking. I was trying to find out why.
It
Why did you put this on your list? Why this one?
because I heard it was one of the good ones.
Okay, that's fair.
That was and I was like and I didn't want to go too far back to play 1 and 2 because
Oh yeah, fair enough.
yeah, I just didn't want to go that far back and play 1 and 2, so I picked one that was old but older but
It's still considered very playable
Yeah,
yeah,
by today's standards.
yeah.
I will say, we're because that's an open world game. We're definitely going to need to figure out how we all want to even try to stay in the same area. Not the same area, but like similar progress as we play.
For I was
It's
my
not.
expect
I wouldn't even worry about it.
Okay, we're just same kind of same with Dark Souls 3. We're all just gonna do it.
Yeah, because to be honest with you, this game is much shorter. Far Cry 3 is shorter than Dark Souls. 3, and even with like grinding and whatnot,
Hmm.
I mean, we could probably have like just about every perk that we really need unlocked, and probably want as well.
I will say,
Well, the game completed
hmm.
probably within less than 18 hours.
Ah, mm,
Actually, that's me being very generous and overestimating.
really? Do you really think?
Even with side quests, if we end up
Let me
doing
look
many.
up how long to beat
Yeah,
before it's
yeah.
gonna be
That's
a little more
that's.
accurate.
Oh, and so my history with Far Cry 3 is I beat that was the one I started with, and I did beat that, and then I beat 4, or the one in the Himalayas, and then I think I looked at 5 and was like, eh, and then I
Hmm.
looked at 6 and went, eh. I will say, Fajon, for you specifically, because you have not played this and this is your game, I think the one thing you should do is go watch at least the first trailer that came out for it.
Yeah.
Because I think this Far Cry 3, unlike DS3, has had they that game had so much like promotion and push that I feel like we should talk about that aspect of it as well. Like the really weird promotion for that game
Yeah. Because
was
they sold Voss, the main
yeah,
character,
they sold
really hard.
they sold the villain as the carry for that plot. And they weren't wrong. He's a really good villain.
That's what they've done with one of the recent
Yes,
ones. I can't think of
4,
Well,
the name.
5, and
three
6.
was the reason this how all started.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
3 crushed it so hard with Voss that 4, 5, and 6, and probably New Dawn were all like, our villain has to be the star of the show, and they've never hit it. They've never hit it as hard
Hit
as they
us
did.
hard.
Yeah,
They've really
I
tried.
mean, 3 was great. 4 was interesting.
It was all right.
5 was all right.
I didn't play 5.
New Dawn was beh,
Skip that one.
in my opinion. Blood Dragon was fucking fantastic.
Well, because it
Oh,
was
sorry, is that the recent one?
no.
What's
No,
the one?
3. That's a
6.
spin-off of 3. So pretty
Okay.
much like
Blood
you're in
Dragon's
like
so
a
weird.
90s. Or, I'm sorry, like a 70s
Hey,
retro.
hey,
Like
can you guys
movie,
play base game and
like
can I
laser guns
play
and
can I
shit.
play Blood Dragon only? Can I just play Blood Dragon? I don't want to play base game.
I mean,
No.
honestly, Blood Dragon's
Oh.
pretty short. We could probably tack it on. If we
I
wanted to.
don't know.
What? Yeah. What? You never told us how many hours. Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
said.
Oh yeah, that's main story has about 14 and a half hours. Side missions included, they say 24, but I've beaten that game in less than 20 hours with like 90% of everything unlocked.
Well, that's 90%. You would have needed the other 4 hours to get everything.
Yeah, but a lot of the other part is just like farming and hunting.
That's true. Yeah, the hunts and
Okay.
stuff.
But like if we really optimize it, yeah, you can
Optimize
don't
it.
worry too much.
Yeah, I think.
There are ways you can optimize that shit.
Yeah, but I mean that we shouldn't worry too much about that. Well, I need
If
I
it's
need to
already
see where
that
I can even
short,
get it. I don't.
Oh, it's on
think-
Steam.
Yeah, but I don't think I own
Is it
it.
in Game Pass?
No.
It's I can find
Or-
new codes for that for cheap.
Yeah, but I
Far
just wanted
Cry
to see.
3, $20 on Steam. We're not.
It's
paying
still it's
that.
still $20.
Well, that's because they put it back to the standard price set. I mean,
I
but it goes
know,
on
but-
sale a lot. I've
Yeah.
seen it down for like $2 before.
I know, but
CD.
still.
I want to say $2 or $5.
CD key.
No, we'll look at the price stuff later. Let's not
Yeah.
worry
$5.
about that. Okay, that's yeah. So I think
Oh, the Ubisoft store has it for $5 officially.
we'll have to take a look. Okay, so we'll figure that. We'll talk about that later. So I think I'm gonna actually open my notepad real fast. And I'm going to say with a certainty, for Far Cry 3, the things we should talk about are definitely going to be the promotion for the game and how they kind of promoted it. And Fajon, you're absolutely going to have to take notes for the plot to bring them to tell us how you feel. Because there's so
Okay.
much more plot in this game than DS3 to actually talk about. It is probably going to be vast majority plot talk.
Okay.
It's all plot, but there's not it's a substantial story,
I-
but it's not like we're gonna be talking about everything for like 5
No. But like I just mean like the gameplay isn't like going to have a lot to really talk about. It's a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
It's not unique, you know? There might be some things that maybe I don't think it did anything first though.
Okay.
I almost just ran off a cliff. I gave myself a mini heart
Is that,
attack.
is that why you leaned back?
Oh.
I thought you were about to
I-
say some shit
I
about
felt,
Far Cry.
I felt my heart. I saw it. I stopped moving. My character's like 1 pixel off the edge from falling over. I'm like, hit B, jumps back. I'm like, I legitimately felt like my heart like stopped for a second. I'm like, oh god.
Oh.
Also, shout out Yorm's great machete.
Yeah, that thing's sick.
It fucking rips.
Dude, Fajon sold that shit for 1,000 souls to the handmaid.
I didn't. Well, I wasn't gonna use it. He was like, I
Bro,
was like
bro
mid
doesn't
boss.
know
This
peak.
what
What the fuck?
I was like mid boss.
Oh my fucking god.
Weapon probably gonna be mid.
Dude, it's so good.
Bro,
Especially when you do the
work
battle
at
cry
Retrospect,
and you do
it enables a crushing strong attack. You get to chop people up like fucking shiitake.
It's so good. It's so good.
Okay.
But the battle cry, you get the different
I am
animations is so good.
sorry.
You're not that sorry.
Is that what you want to hear? You want me to hear? I'm sorry.
No, I want
I'm
you
not
to.
sorry for killing the old lady though.
Yo, hey,
See-
hey, Fajon, remember? Wah.
It's true. It's a little way.
Wah.
Oh,
Okay,
I don't know what I'm lost in the DLC now.
let's see.
oh.
I don't know. What to
Are there
do.
any game updates, like general game updates or news?
Oh.
Adamfall, I
and,
heard, was released.
Is it out? No, it's not.
Well, not the reviews were at least.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say because
What-
I'm looking for that on Game Pass, and I know
What
it's not
was?
out. It's called Adamfall. It's kind of like. I don't think this is going to resonate with
It's
you.
not.
It's the
No.
EU Fallout. I think it has like skill
Wait,
trees
it's
and
full
stuff.
out.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right.
Not Stalker. It's not Stalker.
Okay. I was about to say.
Yes.
I think the idea is that it's closer to a Fallout than it is to a Stalker.
Well, I feel like we start comparing it to Fallout, we're gonna set ourselves up for either disappointment or a completely different tonal shift.
Disappointment. Fallout's been trash for years. I can't be disappointed. Four
Yeah,
was
I mean,
four was
yeah,
trash.
Four,
Four-
okay, 4 is not great, but I will say the one thing that saved it is the fact that what was it?
Don't say
The
that.
modding scene.
That doesn't
saves
count.
it
That doesn't. That can't be brought into the conversation. That's not fair.
It's a Fallout game. You
That-
have to talk about the modding scene.
No, you don't. No, that's not true. The
If you
game's
play
the
Fallout on
game's
PC.
the game's quality as a game does not improve because of mods. That's not fair.
No, but the reason I own it does.
What?
No, but the longevity of a game
But that's
does
not.
take effect of it.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. The longevity of it doesn't matter. We're talking about what the base game has to offer and what it is, and what it is bad.
He's right. He's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not great.
I think like the mods do a lot,
mods-
but they don't do a
the
whole
mods
lot.
make it a good game.
It makes it all right. It doesn't take out a lot of the bullshit that's in there unless you just cheat with mods.
Nah,
You still have
gotta
to
get the
craft
stuff.
shit. That
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, run me my ODST armor, and let me go murder some enemies.
Shooting
Alright.
doesn't even fucking feel good in that game.
It once you put mods on it does.
Oh wow.
Or community patch. The
It,
community patch fixed the shooting. for me.
Community patch number
it
Fine,
still
I'll
doesn't.
please
It doesn't help it
fix
enough.
this fucking game.
We will.
You need to install buff out.
We're never getting off this topic, so we're gonna have to just move on. But we will.
Alright.
We're going to agree to disagree, cause
What about you?
Right.
What about you, Connor? Any game updates, news updates,
Uh,
any games that came out recently that you
Came
have
out?
any thoughts
Nothing-
on?
nothing really. I've just been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and going through that a little bit. I needed to start.
agree.
I need to start mainlining that fucking thing. I've been spending way too much time fucking about. I feel like I haven't done like any of the plot. But
Well,
my character's only be getting
okay.
stronger. I think max level. I think max level is like 30, and I'm at like 16. and I've done like 2 main missions.
You're gonna fucking steamroll the freaking.
I know, but that's Kingdom Come. Like that's the first game too. Like there's no time limit on the main mission, so you can just go fuck off forever and come back jacked as shit. I will say,
Alright.
I think the biggest thing with, actually, nah, fuck it. I can't. I'm not gonna go into Kingdom Come too much because I haven't played enough of it. But I think overall it's pretty good.
Okay. I don't have any real like game updates or news, but for the content,
For the content,
how do we feel about Assassin's Creed Shadows and Ubisoft as a whole? At least from what you're seeing of people playing it.
should I go get
I don't know
Sean?
if you guys have played
Should I go get Sean? He's actually been,
can we have a post show guest?
Yeah. All right. We'll do the post-show guest talk, but we need to make a little square for the guests.
I'm not doing that shit. He's just gonna be a voice. That's too much.
Yeah,
We'll just get him make a little thing.
No.
We're gonna need a
We can
guest
do that.
spot anyway.
I don't want
No,
to.
we can do that.
I-
We can start
th-
doing that after the fact. This is spontaneous. I thought about this like on the fly. So I think we should just let it be your voice for Connor's sake.
All right.
You know how much resizing I'm gonna have to do to fit a 4th one on this scene?
Or you could just swim him in like in his little middle section between me and you.
But there's no border. It'll look like ass.
See if he job cured. Cause like I'm considering buying it. Like there's a few things that obviously, but I'm considering buying it. I haven't played an Assassin's Creed since.
All their Baldur's Gate 3 devs are saying the game is best combat they've played in a Assassin's Creed.
That's
Yeah, I haven't. It looks from at least from what I'm seeing playing. Okay, the last Assassin's Creed I played that I felt was good to me, personally, was Black Flag.
that's so long ago.
Yeah, I don't get the hype around Brotherhood. I don't get the Odyssey hype. They lost me. Well, actually, I think the one where it was like the Industrial Revolution. I don't remember the name of that.
Syndicate.
So yeah, Syndicate. Syndicate.
I
didn't
hate that
seem
I know
bad. It didn't seem that bad.
Yeah, Syndicate or Unity, that's really bad.
Unity. Unity was
Yeah,
really
Unity-
bad, but he was talking about Syndicate.
Sucked. Unity sucked. Syndicate, I didn't purchase and play myself, but my little brother had it, so I would occasionally just hop on. I was like, oh, Assassin's Creed they still kicking around. I played a little bit. It was okay for the few hours I played it. I never completed the story. I couldn't tell you what the fuck happened. It's not memorable at all.
I will say my one thing is like, if we're comparing it to other Assassin's Creed games, like more recent
It don't
ones.
look like an Assassin's Creed
No,
game.
that's
I'ma
not even
say
what I
that.
mean. Like, I mean, well, to the more recent Assassin's Creed games, that's what they look like. Like, that's what they are. They're RPGs now. They've completely moved away from the old games,
Yeah.
and like, if we're comparing it to the recent ones, like that's not a high bar. From what I've heard, like Ragnarok was ass. I only
No,
play. I only
heard
ever.
Ragnarok was people enjoyed it.
I don't know. I never heard good things about it, especially from people who like played the games. I never read
Balls?
reviews. I never read reviews, so maybe that's where most of that's coming from.
I
So
never
I don't
played
know.
Valhalla either. I just heard
Oh,
people
Valhalla,
say it
not
was like
Ragnarok.
unnecessarily fucking long, and like they did like it was unnecessarily long, and
Oh.
that it was just a lot of go here, kill thing, come back.
Well, I
Go
mean,
here, kill thing, come back.
that's
You just
Assassin's
described
Creed.
Assassin's Creed in a nutshell.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it was.
I think that
it
does
was-
speak to the problems it has.
Yeah,
that's a
but like
series.
I think it wasn't done well from what I'm hearing. Like, like it was like go here, kill thing, come back, but like you didn't have to go kill thing. But even though we told you to go kill thing, so when you get back, you're not really. It doesn't really add to the plot once you get back, but you still know to go kill thing and come back, and then
I feel like you're not
that's
saying
going on a
anything.
lot. Yeah, no, but because it wasn't anything. What they
Okay.
were doing was.
The only recent one I even personally played was Odyssey, and I did beat that. I beat the main story, and I tried to do some of the DLCs. I did the DLC that leads into Origin, which I'm already upset at how the that game series chronologically was released. I don't like it. How
Wish
you
they would
how
have
you
carried
gonna how
on.
you gonna have a game called Origin and then have a game come out set before it? I, I
Like I
hate
don't
that
like.
shit. I hate that so much.
I think with me, I don't like the fact how they like they built like this whole thing, this whole world with the Templars versus the Assassins.
The
And
what?
it's
The
like
who?
the Templars,
The what? What do you
the
mean?
Templars.
Who?
Oh, I
Thank
get you.
you.
I get you now.
Yeah,
They built,
who the fuck cares anymore? Like they don't
yeah, like they built. It's like I think the last.
the
It was
sh-
like so from four. It was like that 3, 4. That whole section. It was like they mentioned. It was like at the end of it, somebody gets mentioned from the previous game, and I thought it was like they set it up as like it was gonna lead into fucking another combining storyline, like with time, like what you were doing on the outside, because they made it like this whole thing where you were somebody on the outside. They made it so the thing you were doing on the outside was actually affecting the the real affecting the real world and
I
like how
don't yeah.
strong the Templars is, and it was like y'all did all that work in setup just to throw it out the window.
They don't know what they're doing with any of like the actual plot. Like it got off the
It was so
rails.
good though.
I don't know if it you know
For
what?
for
You know
me,
what, Fajon? I kind of disagree. I don't think that plot was ever very good. I think the second the first game got into like the Apple of Eden shit, and it turns out to be like an actual alien artifact, and the final boss of the first game starts making clones of himself, I'm kind of falling out of it. This is going a little
well, no.
dumb.
Okay, wait.
And then 2
I
happens, and you meet a fucking alien, and it's like, what the fuck is this?
well, no, I mean like for me, it may seem wacky, but like
Yeah.
at least for what they were trying to set up, younger me thought it was cool. I was like,
Set
okay,
up?
there's like you know what I mean.
They didn't set
There's
shit up.
there's outer world beings and this, that, and the third, and like your role,
Yeah,
like the thing you're
they
doing,
really nailed that shit. Yeah, they really
your
did
role,
something with that.
your role on the outside is to like try to stop this evil group from getting even more powerful. And to do that, you need to go back in time and complete shit.
That's not even what it was. That's not even
That's
what's
what I
happening.
took away from it.
That's not what's
That's what I
happening.
took away.
But
I'm
that's not
talking
what.
about from by the time you got to 3 and 4.
Yeah, but
that would have seemed.
no. But Faison, you're not going back in time.
Or
You're reliving a person's
Yeah.
memories. That's not the same thing.
yeah,
You're the whole point of the Animus is you go into it, you relive somebody's memories to try to get ahead of the other team. That's the
Yeah.
point.
that's what I mean.
And I feel
Like,
like
everybody
they've never capitalized on that in any of the games.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm.
We found the artifact. Okay, what are we doing with it? Absolutely nothing. Like, cool, got it.
Like they got there and they were like, "Fuck it." That's what I'm saying.
That's the ending of
Like-
Odyssey. Odyssey had me so upset, it was wild. Odyssey
Really?
said, "Oh yeah, oh fuck yeah." The whole ending of Odyssey was you find a guy who had one of the artifacts. It was a staff, and as long as you hold on to the staff, you can't die. And so the ending of Odyssey is your character on the outside, like your modern day character who is reliving this person's memories, goes to the location and finds the character you're playing as in that location holding the staff in a suit. And I go, how the fuck did you dress yourself? You swapping hands with the staff? What is this? And then he's like, you're the one who's gonna carry it on. Here's the staff. And then he turns to dust. And I'm like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life.
So if you actually let go of it, you just fucking die.
Well,
Yeah, like,
you
okay,
don't
well,
age.
no.
You don't age. So when you let go, it catches up to you. So your character from the past is like thousands of years old.
So does he just keep it in between his ass cheeks while he puts on a t-shirt?
The
fuck's
fact
going
the
on?
fact he shows up and it's not duct taped to his hand pissed me off.
No, so like it has to be like imagine
That shit
have
needs
you
to
ever-
be super glued.
Do you watch the have you ever read the Dragon Ball Super manga?
Up to a point. I read when they got to the goat guy.
Yeah, with him, his well, no, yeah, his specific power is like, for the most part, this is a premise. He is as strong as the person that's around him, right? So his but the downside to his power is he ate. So like, let's say somebody's like 10 times stronger than him, right? When he goes to fight that person, his body is gonna essentially age at the speed that it would require him to train to get that strong, right?
Oh.
So somebody's 10, yeah. So somebody's 10 times stronger than him. To be able to for him to be on par with them, his body's gonna do what would roughly take him the time to be able to do that. So let's say Goku's 10 times stronger than him. He's gonna have to age 10 years to be as strong as Goku currently is.
Huh.
Goku powers up even more, unless because I think he was like in Blue and he wasn't as strong as Blue, but his body aged. Let's say he powers up even more, his body's gonna age even more. So when Frieza got there, Frieza was just like Black Frieza, he was just leagues ahead of Goku and Vegeta at that time. So the second Frieza like showed up, his body had aged so rapidly. He was like, let's say he was probably like 40. His body had aged so rapidly to catch up to where Frieza was. He just poof, just dust and bones.
Okay. So I will say, I don't hate that concept because that's built into like weird power leveling stuff, and that's a
Yeah,
gimmick more than it is anything else. It's also a rip off Hunter x Hunter, so we'll
without gone.
yeah, but it doesn't really matter. I think the biggest difference there between what Assassin's Creed is doing and Dragon Ball is that Dragon Ball is inherently stupid and goofy, whereas Assassin's Creed couldn't be
Supposed to be all
taking
serious.
it couldn't be taking itself more serious with what it's doing, and it couldn't be fucking it up harder by not presenting these things
It should have been
in a decent
because of
way and
that.
then using them in the future titles. Like, I don't even know if the person who is piloting the Animus in Odyssey is the same person that is then learning the facts about in Shadows or Origin. Like, are they different people in the Animus every time? Like, I don't
Well,
know. I don't
yeah,
understand what their goal is anymore.
wasn't the first few games it was like the same person?
Yeah, it was Desmond, and then Desmond
Yeah.
died in 3, and then
Uh-huh.
the plot died.
Did they ever give us a reason why he had to be killed?
I don't. Yeah, it was. Okay, it was. I'm unlocking memories. Hold on. All right. So, what happened was I remember specifically at the end of like 2 Brotherhood or one of them, Desmond is like taken control of by the aliens through the artifacts and like
Stabs his girlfriend, right?
stabs the woman. I don't know if they were dating, but sure. He's
They were in a relationship.
Were they? Sure.
They were.
It doesn't really.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to the plot because it doesn't go anywhere. He
I
stabs.
remember because she. I remember she.
Because she gave the
They were in a
sloppiest
relationship,
blowjob on camera.
and because she was a spy for the other people, wasn't she?
I don't think
Yeah.
so. She was a
Yeah.
spy
That's
for
why
the
she was giving
assassins.
that sloppy top. Yeah, she was no, she was a spy for
For
the
the
Templars.
I thought it was the other way around.
Ah, Desmond
She-
was on the
No.
assassin side.
No, she helps him escape in the beginning of 2.
Yeah, but it was just like a ploy to like
Okay.
try
Well,
to cover her tracks.
again, it doesn't matter. she
Yeah, because
he
dies.
because it doesn't go anywhere anymore. Like that part of the like that's what's so upsetting is that you just described a decent plot point that has
That's
not
what I'm
been
saying.
touched.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that's stuff like that is what I'm talking about. I'm like, that whole situation with the Templar's assassin and the real world implication, that was cool to me. 4 kind of ties back to some things in 3s, and I was like, oh, they setting up for like a new character on the outside that we're gonna be yacht. And I'm like, the next game comes out, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
But sorry, to finish the point, Desmond got taken control of by an alien and then goes into a coma, but he goes into the place where like the original guy, like Subject 13 or some shit, is like in this weird dimension kind of headspace thing. I don't know how to describe it. And that's kind of where it ends. Like he dies there.
Yeah.
It
And like, it was like, what?
God, fucking this series just makes me so upset.
But I feel like if they were, I genuinely feel like, and I know why they haven't because the title the name of the title carries weight, but I really feel like with these later games, it should not be called Assassin's Creed.
No,
Like,
they've gone away from the story way too
yeah, I
hard.
feel like they would have done themselves so. Like, I get why it's because Assassin's Creed, the name carries something. Like, you see it, you know what it is. The name of the franchise carries so much weight, but like, Warfare is no longer Assassin's Creed. They would have just been better, just like naming it something else.
I'm upset that I don't think Sean has not responded, so I don't think we're getting him.
No, that's good.
But
I feel like they
I'm
would've just
upset he
said
bought
something.
that game. Like
Really?
yeah, because
Dude,
he talks massive shit about the games and like how bad they've gotten, and then he bought this for $70.
But he's enjoying it,
oh, wait,
right?
hold
Yeah,
on.
but like
You're
you
t-
can.
wait. You're telling me he spent full price on it.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Is he playing on console or is he playing on PC?
I don't know. Probably PC. I didn't ask.
Because PC, you could just Ubisoft Plus for a month.
Okay, don't we can't have that discussion because that's already like he doesn't do that, and I don't have anything to. There's no new ground to tread there. He buys it for full price, and that's the end of it. We gotta move. We can't talk about that part because we're not gonna get anywhere. So
no, it's
no, he doesn't like things about the series and where it's going and like what it's doing, but he buys it, and it's
Day
like
one of all things.
you
he
can't.
is enjoying it.
Yeah, but like that's not the
Wait.
point. The point is
That's why.
you can't like
See, things like that. I'm saying
this.
they would have done themselves better. Just like the name, it's something else.
Like I'm happy that he's enjoying it now that he bought it and like is invested in it monetarily. But at the same time,
Oh, being a monetary, do you know it has a battle pass?
Shut up.
Oh my
it
god,
does.
does it?
It does. I'm pretty
What-
sure. I heard
what
somebody.
in the
Wait,
fuck?
let me
No,
make it
hold
sure.
on. We gotta confirm this
there's-
before
there's-
I talk about
that's
shit
it.
about it.
there's just a
Jeez.
level of like if you
Has a
want
battle pass.
people or companies to like even try to
It has a
change.
battle pass.
It
Oh my
does?
God.
Why? What?
What?
How does it even work?
Oh wait, Animus free rewards unlock battle pass at Assassins, and it's like armor. It's like different color variations of
Oh,
armor
so-
sets and all this other shit.
You get the approach is so. This is what someone's saying. It's free content. It's completely free and designed for users to log in daily and participate in challenges. Completing these challenges unlock a point for the battle pass, which appears to be purely cosmetic. At launch, there are 3 different battle passes available. You can choose which pass to complete by first redeeming points you earn for free. So you
mean-
gotta play the game to earn points to buy the battle pass for the game you bought for $70 to play the game with cosmetics.
Well,
Why
I
not
mean,
just, these
that's
just be items like
the fact the fact it's free and is cosmetic only does like at a point of like it doesn't
It
actually
says
matter.
that, but I'm looking at this and it has DPS numbers.
What? Like
What do you mean?
is it
I'm
is it
looking
is
at a
it
picture of from the battle pass, and it's a Cerulean Nexus legendary Naginata.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you there.
So
So
I'm like,
it's a weapon, and it clearly has what seems to be a advantage on the damage you can do to enemies in the game.
Also, I will say in Odyssey, you could spend Ubisoft points or Ubisoft coins to buy weapons in the Ubisoft shop and use them in game. That was a thing.
it's a very weird system. Like it's trying to get you to engage with.
You
not
know
the
what?
Game.
You know
but
what?
The fucking system they
This is what's
have.
gonna happen. They know what they're doing. They're setting it up now to where when the next games come out, they can have it in there, and you actually have to spend money, and it's not gonna feel weird because Shadow said it.
My thing is, who the fuck puts a battle pass in a
In a
$70 single player game?
Now, didn't Suicide Squad kill the Justice League do that?
I mean, it should have been.
Sorry,
Suicide
sorry. What was
Squad
what was
killed
what was
the
what,
department.
what was that game? One more time. What was that? Sorry. The who?
Kill the Justice League.
The
Or
who?
is it wrong?
The who does the what?
Suicide Squad.
The who? The what?
You lost me.
But I just don't know what you're talking about. I've never heard of. I've never heard of that.
He's feigning. He's acting like it doesn't exist
Oh,
because it's that bad.
I'm doing the same thing I did literally like 10 minutes ago, Fajon.
I know.
I'm gonna
I
do this.
thought-
I'm gonna do this a lot, by the way. So you need to prepare
I
when I
caught
do
on
this.
last second.
Yeah,
I caught
that's
on
really
last.
your bit.
It's extremely my bit.
Yeah, we did this earlier with Star Wars.
Yes.
Isaiah and I did it.
Yeah. The what? Who?
Yeah.
The who does
But
the
yeah,
what?
It's only up to
that's
episode
it.
6. There's no.
We can't
nothing
get
after
Sean,
6.
so I can't talk about it as much as I want to. But
We can
yeah,
get him on
those
for
are
next. I'll schedule him for next week or something.
I've heard
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed Shadow was good.
yeah,
I'm going to.
It's
Wait.
just I don't like comparing.
It's not Assassin's Creed.
I don't like comparing new things to their bad recent outputs. It's just like I want a better standard set for this kind of thing. Like, of course, it's like talking about the Justice League movie. Like, of course the Snyder cut is better. You're comparing it to literal shit. Like,
Okay, what
it's
if we're
not a
comparing-
fair conversation anymore. Like, we're
Okay,
not
let's
actually
compare-
talking about things critically.
All right, let's compare Shadows to Black Flag.
I never played Black Flag because I was out.
What?
I was out after Brotherhood. I didn't want to buy those games anymore.
Black Flag is so good.
Yeah, but I didn't have money. Hey, Sean,
Played it.
I was in high school. I didn't have cash like that.
You were in
That
high
shit was
school?
expensive.
God,
Yeah.
I was fucking.
Yeah, I didn't have money, and
Oh.
I never went back
I'm about
because
to age myself here.
because as those games came out and I started to have a job and work, all I heard about Assassin's Creed was that the games coming out were ass.
Connor, did you ever work at GameStop?
No.
I can't remember. Someone that we knew did. And they hated it.
Well, yeah, that's all you ever hear about. You really, Alex? Really?
Dude, I was fucking.
You don't even want to wait for the podcast to end to start?
I had just turned 13. when
God.
this shit came out.
I like how of all the games, that's the one you went back to play.
Who I went back to. I brought that shit.
Yes, that's true. You asked for it
That's-
for Christmas.
Yes. I was It came because it came out that October,
Mute, please, Alex.
and I asked for it it came out that October, and I asked for it for Christmas that December
That's fucking funny.
when I still had a system. And then I legitimately I think that was the last game I played. Well, no, Bloodborne was the last thing I played before it blew up.
Right, that's fair.
The system blew up.
It's just okay. Like we can move off of the Assassin's Creed topic and
But yeah, that's it. That's it.
Go
Yeah,
on. But I think we're at a good spot with everything. So Far Cry 3, we're gonna play as we want. We're not gonna really worry about
We're doing an outro right now.
stuff, and then we're going to we'll meet in a week.
they're done.
We'll
Yep.
see how we feel. Is everybody happy with that?
hmm
I gotta drink a bunch of water because I've been yelling too much about fucking Assassin's Creed. God damn it!
I'm sorry, I've triggered you.
I just launched it and it just gave me like achievements from before when I used to play.
Oh,
what launch what?
he's literally playing Far Cry 3 right now.
I just
Oh, I
launched
gotta-
it.
He just launched it.
Oh,
Yeah, no chill.
Listen,
ready.
I don't think you realize I clicked install. I went back to Dark Souls 3 for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that game's like 5 gigs at this point.
I mean, that's the nice thing about.
Does Far Cry 3 have DLC other than Blood Dragon?
Not that I'm aware of, and all the multiplayer components are currently down. unless you do
Give a shit about a
something
multiplayer.
free. Well, there's like a multiplayer like story mode, like PVE component.
Oh god, that fucking piece of shit. All right, yeah.
I've never played it.
I remember trying. It's
do what about that? Is there co-op in this? I know there's in the later ones. but
no,
before-
the multiplayer thing he's talking about is the co-op,
Oh, okay,
and it's its own like little story.
okay. Well, I think we're all good.
All right.
Uh,
Well, we will start our Far Cry 3 journeys, and make sure you take notes about how you feel about things when they happen, and then we will come back. But for now, we're getting out of here. Say bye, everybody.
Bye. Oh, I'm
Have a
I'm
wonderful
away
time.
with my fan.
Oh,
Wave with your fan.
Okay.
I'll wave at my.
What is that?
oh, it's so bright that when it moves, it like blurs mad hard.
Yeah.
It's a little like, Hyrule shield.
Hylian shield, the Master Sword, and the Skyward Sword.
Okay, wait. Before we leave,
Okay.
can we play the Zelda games on
I don't know.
Legally?
Legally?
No,
No.
Okay.
No.
absolutely not.
No.
Is that gonna stop us? Not at
No.
all.
It depends on which ones. I
Put it
recently.
on the wheel.
No, I'll say it. I recently tried to download a couple Switch emulators. Those shits are
So-
gone.
Oh.
There is a new one that's out.
Oh shit! Don't say it. Message me.
No,
Don't say it.
they-
Mess
they-
with me.
Yeah, don't say
Alright.
it, cause I'm. I'm
We're out.
All right, bye, bye.
Here, bye.
Never
Come
have
on,
been.
camera.
Bye.
pirate your games.